Hey guys, welcome to History Behind the Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about Gouken. Now Gouken is rather old, so his history actually goes way before the first ever Street Fighter tournament. He's the older brother of Gouki and a student of Gotetsu, and the two were practitioners of the art known as Ken, a martial art developed solely for killing a person. However, due to Gouken's passive nature, he began breaking it down, slowly changing it into more of a self-defense martial art than one that's more offense. However, his younger brother Gouki thought this was foolish, and further indulged himself in Ken, giving up to the Satsue no Hado. Just to let you guys know, the Satsue no Hado simply means the killing intent, so this could be implied through any form of martial art. Now due to Gouken's passive nature and Akuma's strive for power, the brothers split, with Gouken leaving the dojo attempting to find some form of enlightenment, whilst Gouki trained under Gotetsu, further pushing himself into the killing intent. Now at some point during Gouken's travels, Gouki would murder their master Gotetsu, taking his prayer beads and saying that he was the true practitioner of Ken, in which he disappeared into the wilderness to train himself. Now when Gouken returned, he would learn about this and be deeply saddened, but despite this he would reopen the dojo, wanting to teach people about this new form of Ken. Now his first student was a young man by the name of Dan Hibiki. Now Gouken taught Dan the basics of Ken, but immediately stopped when he learned that Dan wanted to use it for revenge. Gouken immediately rejected him, not wanting another case like his younger brother. Now shortly after this, a baby would be dropped at his doorstep. With no family to be seen, Gouken took the boy in, calling the boy Ryu and teaching him the ways of Ken. He would later gain another young student by the name of Ken Masters. The boy was his friend's son and was rather spoiled and self-entitled, so Ken was sent to Japan to learn some martial arts and humility. Now a year or so later, Gouki would appear at his doorstep. Gouki had physically changed, as he'd not only grown a lot stronger, but a lot more demonic in his appearance, and had now taken the name Akuma. Akuma would challenge Gouken to see who was the successor of Gotetsu. Now despite Akuma's incredible power, Gouken was able to defeat him. Akuma insisted that Gouken kill him, as there could be only one true successor for Ken, but Gouken refused to do this, and Akuma left. Now many years would pass, and Ken and Ryu were finally adults, and the two would finally leave the dojo with Gouken's blessing, wanting them to succeed in life and to truly show the world what they were capable of. Now shortly after their departure, he was once again confronted by Akuma. Now at this point, Akuma was so incredibly powerful he was able to overwhelm Gouken. Knowing that he was going to have the Shon Goku Satsu performed on him, Gouken would empty his soul with the power of nothingness. Now this is considered to be the complete counter opposite to the Satsue no Hado. Now by removing his soul, the Shon Goku Satsu could not completely destroy him, but it does leave him in a coma-like state. Now when his body is found by Ryu and Ken, they believe him to be dead. So since the two are unaware of the power of nothingness, they actually end up burying him. Now Gouken does return during Street Fighter 4, in which he wakes up from his coma-like state and enters the new Sin tournament. Now the real reason he has entered the tournament is in order to test Ryu and Ken's fighting capabilities, but also that he has sensed the Dark Harder's presence within Ryu. Now after Ryu has defeated Seth, Gouken meets up with his former student and begins to seal away the Satsue no Hado within him. Now after this, he would be confronted by his brother Akuma, who is furious at Gouken for doing this, as this prevents him from having his ultimate battle with Ryu. Now the two fight with Ryu being the prize, but the victor is actually left unknown. But by the end of it, Ryu seems to be free of the Dark Hardo's temptation. Now in Street Fighter 5, Gouken has returned back to teaching Ryu, teaching him more about Ken and nursing the wounds that were created by the Satsue no Hado. But the training is interrupted by a man called Rashid, who wishes to test Ryu's capabilities. Now after Ryu has defeated Rashid and begins exploring the world once more, Gouken is left to meditate, and this is actually the last we see of him at the moment. And that's really it for Gouken. I have to admit, he's actually quite a fun character to learn about, as he's literally the exact opposite to Akuma. And it's quite interesting to see how far the style of Ken has changed between the two brothers, and this can be applied to real life with martial arts in general. So martial art can be taught between two people, but it's ultimately up to them in which direction they take it. So I'm going to stop now before I go really philosophical here. So here's a preview for next week's episode. I've been pushing off this character for 6 months now. The sole reason why I've been continuously pushing off this character is due to the lack of a story for Street Fighter V. And now that the story mode is finally coming out, I can finally finish this character up, as I personally believe that Charlie Nash deserves to be done right. His rise as a hero, his death as a savior, and his resurrection as a monster. So that's all for now guys. Please tune in tomorrow for the 100k special and some important details that I need to throw out for the future of this channel. Now as always guys, please comment, like, subscribe and share this video with everyone you know. Take care and I will see you guys next time.